Hello everyone, this is Diane. I have to tell you I'm struggling a little bit with getting any creative work done in this journal. I have made a lot of ephemera and you were there to see me make a lot of these and the fabric flips. But as far as, I don't know, I just am having trouble proceeding. I've got all these notes here, but I'm just having trouble. So what I have here right now are, I have my laptop right over here. I think, yeah, you can see the corner of it. And it's got my Tail of the Squirrel video up. So I can kind of watch it and freeze it on the page that I need to see. Because these notes don't give me the picture. So it helps. But, so I think the best thing for me to do is to just take the first page and glue down the things that I already have made for it. And then move on. So let me just show you a few things that I've added. These are the pieces that I made. You saw those. I brought down this little box, brought down from the shelf above my head, this little box of autumn ephemera, washi tape. Now I did not use washi tape, I don't believe, in the first journal, but that doesn't mean I can't use it in these journals because I have these tapes that I didn't have back then. And I just used, I thought I left it here, but must be I put it away. It's a 3D emboss lit folder. I guess that's what, oh, here it is. One of these from Tim Holtz with the leaves. I had forgotten I had this. So I just did some homemade paper. No, not that I made it, but it's paper that's textured, you know, and it's more textured now because I ran it through that. So I have all these colored leaves I can add. I got this box. It's just the lid of a flashcard box to put all my little die cuts and then some stickers too, and my big numbers, just because these were just so full it was hard to find anything. So these are organized better. And these are some more of the embosslets. I think I did use some of those in my first journal. And then I told you I was going to stamp. I did stamp on video, actually. So I have all of these mushrooms and labels. Now, these are not all for these journals, but I just stamped a bunch while I was at it. So I've got mushrooms. That goes in there. And these kind of label-y, decorative labels that I can put in my journal. So I think that's all that I added. I keep adding stuff. Like, do I not have enough? What is the problem here? I have enough. Okay, so let's just get to work. This is going to be my first page, and I see the picture in front on my laptop there. So what I have at the top of the page is a label. It's a digital label that says notes. I think it's from Tracy Fox, and I had those for years, and I don't find them now, so maybe I used them all up. But I have this set of stamps from Tailor Made Journals, Creative Expressions, and I want to use the nature notes. So to make a little label for the top there. So I just have this strip of coffee dyed paper that's got a little bit of doily pattern on it, and I'm just going to stamp that twice and then cut it out, and it will be my label. I love this dark at the top. I should have moved the stamp up closer to that. I think I'll just leave it like that. Now I'm afraid to use corner punches because I don't have good luck with corner punches except for my rounders. But I do have this that stamps a stub and a deco. So let's try the deco. I haven't used that in a long time. Just to give it a prettier shape. Whoops. I didn't put it in there properly. Okay, that's better. Okay. I don't know if it looks too weird with the nature notes way down at the bottom like that. I could put a little decorative border there. Hang on just a minute. I think there's a short one in here. Yeah, these. And that would fill the space in. There, that looks better. I'll do this one while I'm at it. Get these all away before I lose one. They don't stick to the plastic very good anymore, so very well. So I don't want to lose one. They're pretty old, and I've used them a lot, and I still use them. So that can go here. I'm going to do a little inking around the edges that aren't that dark at the top. Now on the side, before I add the pocket, I'm going to add some vintage fringe trim. I have this one and this one. That one's just a little too short. I think this is the same one I used in the first journal, but it's almost gone. And I have this one. I think I like this better. I think this yellow is a little too bright. So I think I like this one. Cut a piece of this fringe for the second journal while I have it here. Okay, now a pocket. this pocket. And then what goes in the pocket is this tag with the ferns. I won't stick it in yet. And one of these cards that I made, I'll put the rabbit in. They'll go in there. Okay, so next on my notes, on this side of the page, I did layered stamping, but I can't do the layered stamping because I have a pattern paper. But I also did some layering, which is where I needed the mushrooms stamped. So let's pick out a mushroom. And I cut a lot of my the natural fiber paper to make those leaves. But I can take little pieces of it. I still have mulberry paper. I can use that. Just where did I put that? Here it is. I still have all of this. So let's do this kind of reddish mulberry paper. Well, it's not reddish, it's red. A little bit of just brown here too. This is a double-sided. I could choose which shade of brown I want. Okay, I'll just glue this down. Well, I do want to have something to write on here, so I'm going to get some of my vintage paper that I've gotten at the flea market this season. This is one I just picked up today, and it says October here, so I'll put that there. This is not part of the original design, but I feel like it needs something. Like right there. And then put the collage on. That helps. This paper kind of got lost in that pattern. I guess I like it with the brown better. I like this, but I think it looks better with the brown polka dots. Maybe I want to do 2 mushrooms here. I stamped this on a scrap of copy dyed paper, scrapbook paper, so that's why there's a pattern on this side. Okay. So the next page is a digital page, and it's the raccoon. And I did take a piece of, looks like antique lace, like a lace fabric, and pleated it up and sewed it right there. So I'm just going to pick out a piece of that. Look how beautiful this is. Let's see, I'm going to watch a little of the video so maybe I can get a better look at what kind of lace it is. Oh, maybe that's on the next page. Yeah, that's on the next page. I saw this lace here on the video and thought, so it's on this side that I did that, I think, because I can see stitching on the page. So I'll just cut this. Yep, there it is. So what I did was, oops, I didn't pause when I thought I paused it. I just pleated it like this, and I have a little strip of a gold, yellow gold seam binding or something, bias tape, that I put across it, and then I zigzag stitched it. Don't know if I like the colors of that, but I'm going to leave it in there for now. Just going to take a piece of copy dyed paper. I'm going to have a piece of muslin gathered up and sewn here. I don't have that ready right now. So I guess I can stamp on this. I went ahead and sewed this. I think I chose a different lace than what I picked out earlier in the video, and I found this little loopy yarn trim to sew across it there. So on this side you can just see the stitching. And here I'm going to do some stamping, and I already pulled out all my stamps and the inks that I need. I just didn't get the ink blocks. Here's one. This is the one I'm going to stamp up here. I love this, and I don't use it very often. It's just so elegant looking. And then this decorative stamp. These are both Stampin' Up, old ones. And I'll use this green. This one is Fallen Leaves, Versifying Claire. This one is Shady Lane. I think that's the one I want. Let me see. Well, I'm going to stamp it and see how it looks on my scratch paper. Yes, that's the one I want. So I'll just stamp that up here. And I have this other Stampin' Up set, but it's wood block 2007. And then on this side, I'm going to have a piece of gathered muslin and sew it there. So you'll have a brown zigzag stitching all the way down there on this side. Then I have an Edith Holden page. I really messed all these signatures up. I had them all set. So I'll just pull this to put in there. And I have some playing cards that I can add. I'm going to just sew one here. We've got a squirrel on that side, so I'll add this squirrel here. So I'll just sew that there. The next page, I don't know what I'm going to use. Maybe I'll just sew it on this side. I had a Gwen Frostic page, which I don't have any Gwen Frostic book pages anymore. Those were sent to me in a Happy Mail, and I used them all. They were pretty nice pages. So I don't have that in here yet. I'll find something else to put there. But after that comes this yellow ledger. Looks like I'm going to need one of these fussy cuts. Oh, this is cut from the North American Wildlife book. So it might be something that I can cut from one of these. Like something here. This is Scarlet Oak. And I will glue this down here, maybe over on this side. Maybe like that. It was like this in the book, but I like it like this. Okay, next I have a piece of coffee dyed scrapbook paper, which I haven't done yet. I haven't coffee dyed the paper yet, but I will add a fabric flip to that. And underneath the fabric flip, there will be a card that I will stamp on. So I could do that. I could do the stamping. I just have to pick a card. Well, the closest things I could find would be the back of this book, because I used a golden yellow dot matrix paper, or card. It was a perforated, but I only had a few of them, and I don't have any left. Somebody gave them to me, but I have this paper I could use. I don't really want to use one of these for that. I would rather use it for something that can come in and out of a pocket. So if I use this, then I won't do the stamping. So I'm going to stamp on this one for now. And I don't have the page to glue it to yet because I have to coffee dye it. But I'm going to use the same stamp that I just used and stamp it in brown. And I have another stamp to put in the corner here. I thought this was going to be easier because I'm copying, but it's hard for me to find because I want it to be as close as I can get it to that, just for myself. And I have a hard time finding pieces that, after 3 years, that I can duplicate this. So I have a nice stamp down here that's a square with oak leaves and acorns, but I don't have that stamp anymore, I guess. But I have this fern one, which is nice. And this one, this is the same stamp. So then I will just glue this to the back or the front of the scrapbook paper underneath the fabric flip. I'll put the fabric flip here. And that's all I'm going to do today. So I'll probably just add on to this video though.